Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news of challenges everywhere to keep economic growth healthy. American retail sales were flat in April as households cut back on purchases of cars and other big-ticket items. The latest sign their economy is struggling to regain some momentum after barely growing in the first quarter. Data out overnight in China suggests they are losing steam as well. China's money supply grew at its slowest pace on record, and investment growth sank to its lowest in nearly 15 years. And this is despite a concentrated burst of policy easing. And their retail sales only grew 10% in April. That's the slowest rise in years as well. The Wall Street Journal was reporting this morning that China is launching a broad stimulus program, marked as extra urgent, to help local governments restructure trillions of dollars in debt and encourage banks to lend more. In contrast, Europe seems to be getting some signs of growth. Data out overnight for the March quarter showed an annual 1% growth, boosted somewhat by retail spending. For them, that is quite good, and is the third quarter in a row that rate has risen. Moody's is reporting that Australian banks face challenges from the rising likelihood of a long-term correction in their housing market. Their research note outlet yesterday argues that there is a growing likelihood of an eventual house price correction, which refers to a fall of 10% from peak levels, because of imbalances in housing markets. These include the dominant role of investors and pressures on affordability. They could also be talking about New Zealand. While today's news is generally downbeat, it is important to keep things in perspective. The US federal government has reported a $157 billion surplus in April. And while the Baltic Dry Index may be low, efficient dry cargo shipping lines are doing very well out of world trade. In New York, US Treasury 10-year benchmark yields only gained a small amount in today's trading and now at 2.27%. The US oil price was unchanged today at $60 a barrel, while Brent crude rose marginally to $67 a barrel. These prices are near 5-month highs and come after American crude stocks fell for a second straight week. The gold posted another good gain and is now at $1,215 an ounce. New Zealand dollar starts today quite a bit higher from where it was at this time yesterday at 74.8 US cents, as the US dollar sank against most currencies last night. It's at 92.2 Aussie cents and at 65.8 euro cents. The TWI is at 77.3. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.